What's up, YouTube Nation? This is Coffee Bean Jam. This is going to be day 2 of the RPG a Day questions. So, I'm out here in upstate New York. This beautiful scenery. I'm on vacation, so I'm up to, we have a private campsite up here, so I came on up, decided to do some fishing, relax for the day, drink some beer, eat some food, and basically just get away from everybody. So, the question for today was, what would I like to see is in a published RPG, or what setting would I like to see, or whatever. So, I was actually thinking about this for a little while, and I really couldn't come up with anything that I wanted to see as an RPG, be it system, setting, or whatever. And then, as I got up here today and I was sitting here deciding what I was going to video, a book came to me. Probably late 90s, early 2000s, somewhere in there, I picked up the series called the Lon Tobin Chronicles from David B. Coe. Excellent series. So I think if I was going to do a setting, that would be a really good one. Or I don't, when it comes to a system, I really don't care too much. I don't think a whole new system would need to be developed for this. It would easily fit into the setting of something like Savage Worlds or 5e even, or anything else really. But for a setting, I'd love to see it go more in depth. So basically what it is you got these two continents. At one time they were one, ruled by some brothers, and they got into a fight and kind of split apart, and one continent went one way and one went the other. What's really cool about this series is that there's one continent, I don't remember the name. I think one continent is called Lon, one's called Tobin, something like that. But there's one continent that is extremely medieval fantasy. There's these mages that are there that kind of are like the power to behold, and they have these different bird avatars, owls and eagles and stuff like that. And so in the first book you learn all about that, and there's these other mages that are coming up dying, and there's this big power struggle and everything, but there's this sort of floating plot in the background of something really weird going on. And so, it runs like your typical fantasy novel. It's really cool. It's a lot of fun to read. It's a good novel. And then you get into like the second novels and stuff, and some more of the stuff starts to come to fruition, and you start to see a little bit, or learn a little bit more about this other continent. And what's cool here is David B. Coe, the author, basically combined what one continent is very historic, medieval, it has magic and mages, sorceries, phantoms, and ghosts and stuff. This other continent is complete cyberpunk. It's got these huge, sprawling cities, guns, cars, like cyber suits, and base cybernetics and shit. And basically, he was able to combine this medieval fantasy, magic-based world with this new futuristic, cybernetic, computerized world continent. And each continent is its own thing. And as the series go, they start to blend together into one, fully complete world. And you get the mages who start going over to this cyber world, cyber continent, or whatever you want to call it, and learning more about how they're doing things and doing stuff. And you get these other cybernetic people coming over and learn more about the mages and how they're doing, tapping into magic and stuff. And it creates this really cool world where, on one hand, you have your typical, say, your 5e, your stereotypical mages, warriors, fighters, fantasy sort of setting. And on the other side, you have a complete cyberpunk that's just much more like Shadowrun. It's good. Shadowrun's a good example. I think there was only humans for the most part. But, that sort of feel of, or a Cyberpunk 2020, something of that sort. But it combines them into this one cohesive world. And it starts to show the impact that one has on the other and vice versa, and how it all starts to blend together. I believe he only did the 3 books in the series. If you can find it, probably Amazon would be your best bet, or eBay. It's called the Lon Tobin Chronicles from David B. Coe. Highly recommended. And if I was to, really pick anything that I've come across in the years, be it movie, TV, books, or whatever, to see as a setting or some sort of gaming supplement, that would probably be the one, because it's just excellent. He did a really, really good job on blending the two together. So that's my answer for the question of the day, and I will be back with question number 3 shortly. You guys have a great one. Keep rolling them 20s.